This is Dirshu Mishnah Berurah. We're in the middle of Siman Lamed Beis, in the middle of Sif Zayin. Today we're going to finish Sif Zayin. So says the Mechaber, we're in the middle of the Mechaber in which he says, Ha de machsherinon, that which we said it's kosher, kishenifsak, kishenifsak, ha'ois, when the letter has a crack, dafka, shenichtav v'kashrus. When the letter was written, it was written correctly. V'achar kach nifsak, as we've seen many times. If originally there was a hole and then it cracked, or if the leg of the cup that is straight or something similar, is at the end of the klaf, so it's not surrounded fully by parchment, then basal, then it is basal. So says the Mishnah Berurah, Sif Katan Gimel, Kshenifsak Ha'ois Vu'adin, Ma'atamach Shalom, Sif Tazvan, Nikkel regular, hey, the same thing that we said before, that it's kosher if the hole in the foot of the hay has a hole, Aval Benikiv Chalalai, but if there's a hole in the airspace, that the mechaber said is kosher. At the end, where there's a hole in the foot of the letter, and then it cracks. Says why is that? Says Mishpura. Why is it only when you write the letter then it has to be fully surrounded by parchment, but after you write it, it's okay if it's not fully surrounded? If the crack goes from one letter to the next, gam gain kosher. So says the with regard to the touching of the letters, even if you know what happened after it's written, so said the Mishnah Berurah, it's only if it's written b'tchila originally b'kashus of katan on hay u'b'safek masi nasa nekif. Let's say you don't know. Tefilin dachar ksiva nasi, you assume it happened afterwards. The mistama maya basic ksiva ya sefer rayehu, because we can assume if it happened originally, the sefer would have seen it. Imloisha nekav katan ma'oilas is a very small hole, so it's a big aside. If you first find the issue afterwards, then you're allowed to assume that if it would have been there, the sefer would have realized it. Neck of a hole, dafka neck of a kera or a rip. Avshay nicker klala hefsik. Umishum delay mukav gvil beis like siva. Aval hefsik ba'alma. Kasha, it's not a brown. The ain't some taking enough to fix it. Even she sheer ice on makamo because there's a letter. So if after you have the letter ends, but it has the letters missing part of the top of the race or something, it's not a brown. If this vav as we've seen with Tazayin. If the small clear line cracks, ayin bir halacha. Regal in the leg. Kolshkin gagos is certainly in the roof. Them starting in the middle. Shein them heck of gvil base like siva. If it's not fully surrounded by parchment, it's a problem. V'nikin regular abusa tzig Jimmy the leg of the chaf all the way down to teach us a chiddush. After beis ksiva soif or regel for nigmar zurus, you're making this end of chaf. So once you got to the bottom, it really is already the right shear. So if you would have stopped, it would have been okay. You didn't stop writing. You went all the way to the bottom of the parchment. Mikri davar basic siva. It's called the time of writing binan and therefore it's going to be possible. The letter goes all the way to the bottom, even though you could have stopped. But you didn't. Says it's very long. Even if you erase a little bit from the bottom, again, because it was written and never was fully surrounded by gvil. If it rips afterwards, that is not a problem. Possible. If you want to fix it, says Mishnah Berurah, you could erase from the bottom a little bit, and then it will be fully surrounded by parchment. Attaching an extra piece of parchment does not help. Why not? Because it has to be surrounded from the actual parchment itself.